India, that is Bharat, the very first line of our constitution. Hello and welcome to tonight's headliner. I'm Krishna Patel and you're watching the Fact Flash. Why did our founding fathers decide to give us two names? And why 75 years later are we still arguing over both of them? Let's unravel the identity crisis of the world's largest democracy, India. Picture this. It's September 1949. The Constituent Assembly is debating what to call the country. The options are Bharat, Hindustan, India, even Aryavrat. Was widespread. Tempers flared. Should a newly independent nation carry forward a colonial name, or should it embrace its civilizational roots? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, chairing the drafting committee, proposed a compromise. India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. Notice the wording. Not India or Bharat, not Bharat, also known as India, but India that is Bharat. Almost like saying, fine, you two can't agree, so I'll just marry both of you into one sentence. Members like H.V. Kamath weren't happy. He said that why should India take this? Why not Bharat, that is India? Seth Govind Das passionately argued that Bharat carried millennia of history. The Vedas, the Puranas, the Mahabharat. India, he claimed, was a British creation born from the Indus River, mispronounced by Greeks and Persians. Now, B.R. Ambedkar, he countered with cold logic. The world already knew us as India. The United Nations international treaties, trade partners, everything bore the word India. Dropping it could be costly, confusing, maybe even disastrous. So he insisted that keep India at Bharat, make peace. When the vote was called, 38 members sided with Kamath's version, but 51 opposed. Ambedkar's compromise survived, and Article 1 was born. Fast forward today, right now, tonight. The debate was back, sharper than ever. Remember G20 dinner invitation last year? It said President of Bharat instead of President of India. Just the word changed, but it sparked a nationwide storm. Critics said that the government was trying to erase the secular, pluralist brand of India and replace it with more cultural, religiously loaded Bharat. Supporters said, what's the problem? Bharat is in the constitution. It's our real name. This isn't just semantics. This is politics, branding, even psychology. India carries international weight. It's on passports, in cricket jerseys, in Bollywood exports. India is the world's fourth largest economy, the IT hub, the land of billionaires and startups. Bharat evokes roots, traditions, spirituality, and the village economy, the dharmic identity, depending on who you ask. One name feels modern, the other feels authentic. And that's why political parties fight over it, because names carry emotions and emotions win votes. Even the Supreme Court has been dragged into this. In 2016 and again in 2020, petitions were filed asking the court to order that the country be called only by Bharat. The bench dismissed them, pointing out that Constitution itself recognizes both India and Bharat. So legally, both the names stand equal. But emotionally, that's where it gets tricky. The irony is, this duality is not unique to us. Think about countries like Germany, Japan, and Greece. So what happens with these three countries is that names shift with their history and geography and culture. But in case of India, the split isn't just external versus internal. It's internal versus internal. Two names fighting within the same borders. So what do ordinary people think? For villagers in UP, Bihar, Bharat is what they have always known. For urban millennials in Bangalore, Mumbai, India feels natural. Politicians use whichever fits their agenda. I mean, for example, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, in his speeches, often invoked Bharat Mata to stir the sentiment, while Manmohan Singh learned on India shining to talk economics. Both are right. Both are real. And mind you, this tug of war doesn't end at names. It shapes identity. Are we the Bharat that produces Amul milk and celebrates Garba as UNESCO heritage? Or the India that runs Silicon Valley startups and debates AI regulation? Or are we both? If yes, can the world accept both without confusion? That's the bigger question. So the debate goes on even deeper. Some scholars argue that India carries a colonial hangover, a name imposed from outside. Others remind us that Bharat was also not universal. It excluded. South India, historically, where the world thrived, was more common. So no matter which word you pick, someone feels erased. That's the real tension. And here's the kicker. Does the name change anything on ground? Will unemployment drop if we say Bharat? Will the rupee rise against dollar if we, print Bharat on currency note? Will potholes vanish if our passports read Bharat? Of course not. But politics thrives on symbols. And nothing is a bigger symbol than the name of the nation itself. This debate will keep resurfacing every few years, every few months, every few days, because it's not about linguistics. It's about power, you see. Whoever controls the narrative of what India is called controls the narrative of what India or Bharat means. And in a democracy like ours, specifically, meaning equals both. So whether you say Bharat or India, just remember, they are two sides of the same coin. A coin that's still spinning in the air, waiting for us to decide which face we want to look at. With this and a lot more, let us know what you think about this in the comment section. Stay tuned and good night.